is up. That was the time. And now that that's out of our system, we're going to enter the Little Ituri Forest. Here, a lot of animals depend on natural camouflage for protection. If you can see where I'm pointing, look straight across where that clay wall is over there with the sun hitting it. There's a little guy laying down at the bottom, brown, kind of a yellow mark on the back. That is called a yellow-backed duiker. They get their name from the Afrikaans word for diver. When they're alarmed or scared, they dive into the bushes around them. We actually don't see them that often because of that. They're normally hiding somewhere. So kind of cool to see them out. Alright, we're going to keep looking around, see what we can find. Alright, you can see where I'm pointing up here on this ridge in the bushes. Beige color up there. Greater kudu. She's a female. We know that because she doesn't have any horns. Only the male kudus have horns. They're the second tallest antelope on the reserve. The male's horns are actually the longest of all the antelope. Almost 6 feet in length. Look to the left. There's a black rhino way back there. Now, black rhinos can weigh about 3,000 pounds, fully grown, very endangered. There's only about 5,000 left in the whole world. The horns on rhinos are not actual horns. They're not attached to their skulls, and they're made of keratin, like our hair and fingernails instead of bone. If you look straight ahead of us, where the boulders are there, that smooth rock in the back, that's another rhino right there. You might see the horns as we go by, maybe. Another greater kudu right there, and across the back of that ridge, reddish brown up there, there are some bongos. Now they're kind of hard to see. They're actually known as a ghost of the forest, and you get an idea of why. Now the horns of the rhino, that's the reason they're hunted, and we do support several groups that are working really hard to educate people about not using rhino horn products. Hopefully at some point in the near future that poaching crisis will come to an end. There's a saddle-billed stork on the left. They get their name because they have a yellow saddle-shaped crest right at the top of their bill. You might see it as we go by. They stand about 5 feet tall, wingspan about 9 feet across. A bit wider than the benches you're sitting on. That one was kneeling down, by the way. Alright, we're entering the Safi River area. Rivers and watering holes are really important to the animals. And we're going to be looking for hippos. Hippopotamus is one of the largest, and they are the most dangerous animals in Africa. If you look straight ahead, there's a couple right at the surface. Full-grown males can weigh over 5,000 pounds. Hippos are responsible for more deaths in Africa every year than any other animal. They don't look like it, but they're very, very aggressive, extremely territorial. If you look to the left, there's a few of them right behind the island, one pretty close to us. They can hold their breath underwater for about 5 minutes. A group like that is called a bloat of hippos. Yeah, kind of funny, kind of accurate. Pink-backed pelicans, they get their name from the color on their backs during their mating season. And we're going to look for more hippos in the water. Now, they're not great swimmers. They kind of run or walk down there, but it works. They move extremely well. And while they don't have a typical runner's body, they are very quick on land. They run up to about 20 miles an hour. That is much faster than most of us if you're riding a bicycle. And there's hippos down here getting a little bit of sun. There's a baby hippo all the way in front. Look at that. Just over a year old.
Do you see them?
That's okay. He is a cutie. Alright, we're going to cross a bridge. We're going to go poli-poli. That's Swahili for very slow. On the left, Nile crocodiles. They're found all over sub-Saharan Africa. That big open mouth, that's one of the ways that they regulate their body temperature. And they can reach about 16 to 20 feet in length full grown. In the wild, they live around 40 years, in captivity about twice that long. We're going to change ecosystems. We're going to move into the Serengeti grassland. Just ahead on the right side, that's a baobab tree, also known as an upside-down tree. And if you look at the branches, you'll see they look a lot like tree roots, giving it that name. As we come around the turn, we are entering the savannah. Now, this is home to some of the most famous animals. And the animals here shape the landscape with their eating habits. Elephants push trees over for food. Giraffes eat the under canopy of the tree. Grazing animals eat the grass, and all of that combined gives the savannah that very clean. There's a giraffe coming down from that ridge all the way across over there, just past that truck. As we come around the turn, look over at the under canopy, the trees out here. Almost a straight line all the way across. That's as high up as the giraffes can reach with their mouth. Everything below that point gets eaten. Giraffes are the tallest animals. The top part is around 20 feet. Out here, they're all mass-sized giraffes. They have this irregular kind of jagged pattern on their coat. And giraffe actually running for a moment there. There you go, look at that. That's cool. That's something you see very often. And Collie cattle right here on the right. This is a female. Look at the thickness of the horns. If you notice, her coat actually has to flare out through the bottom of those. The horns get over 4 feet long.
Hi, buddy. Wow.
They're made of a honeycomb material inside. Blood flows inside there. They're like radiators, and that regulates their body temperature. Some more just ahead. Alright, if you look towards the left, look inside the den, and right in front of it, those are African wild dogs, also known as painted dogs. They look a little bit cuddly. They're not. They are the most successful predatory mammals in Africa, more than lions or cheetahs or hyenas. If you ever get a chance to hear them, they don't bark. They sound like squeaky toys. Really cute. Makes you want to go over there and pet them. It's a trap. You don't want to do that. Very, very aggressive animals.
No, wild dog.
Alright, as we come around the turn, great look at the Ankoli cattle. And we're going to cross before this one decides to cross in front of us. It takes her a long time to cross this path. Look at the bull back there. Look at the span of the horns on that guy.
Oh, wow. Crazy.
Sable antelope all the way in the back. Curved horns are a deterrent to predators that might want to jump on their backs. Termite mounds all around. They bake in the hot sun. They get hard as concrete. When they wear down like the one on the right, animals like the dogs or antelope will climb up there. Gives them a great view. And giraffes just ahead. A group of giraffes standing around like that, that's called a tower of giraffes. If they're on the move, they're a journey of giraffes. Short horns on their head are called ossicones. They have a very, very long prehensile tongue, about 16 to 18 inches long on the adults. And this is actually a group of males. So you have a mature male right in the center, and then 3 young guys. They're all about 2.5 to 3 years old. Very cool. They have one of the largest hearts of any land animal, one of the highest regular blood pressures. You can imagine it's going to take a lot of pressure to get the blood flowing all the way to that long neck. Ankoli cattle back there, by the way, also known as Watusi cattle, named after the tribe that domesticated them. Some wildebeest coming up on the right, and this mature male is really close over here. We're going to kind of slow down and see what they do.
The giraffes right there. It's like crossing right in front of us.
Yeah, this one looks like it's going to cross our path. They actually love walking in front of trucks for some reason. They like to lead us.
He's so pretty. Oh my God.
More giraffe traffic.
Good thing you're filming. The giraffes.
Wildebeest poop.
So, giraffes can actually run up to about 35 miles per hour for a short distance. It's an interesting thing to watch. Yeah, I'll describe it as awkwardly awesome. Legs, neck flying everywhere. Wildebeest on the right, they can run well over 40 miles an hour.
Oh, wow, yes.
They get their name from the Afrikaans for wild beast, easy enough. All the way on the right, look under the bushes. The little tiny guys over there laying down, dark striped white belly, are called springbok. Some on the grass as well. They're the smallest antelope on the reserve. They're actually one of the fastest land animals. They can run up to about 60 miles per hour. Highway speeds out of those little tiny legs. They jump really far. It's called pronking. Very cool to watch. Looks like they have springs built into their feet when they do that. The wildebeest back there, they make up the largest, most densely packed herds of all mammals, except for one, and that would be us. Think about it, at Disney World. The savannah is kind of like a superhighway for animals. Millions of them migrate back and forth every year. It's an important ecosystem to protect because a lot of animals do depend on it. One of the ways they're able to keep up with the rain and water to stay on their jobs. All right, on the left, we're going to be looking for mandrills, so the largest of the monkeys. They're going to be hiding in the bushes and the trees. Kind of hard to see them if they're not moving, but we are going to try. Okay, actually, if you can see where I'm pointing, there's some sitting on the rocks right there. And it looks like there's a few of them there doing some grooming. Look to the right. That is a bull elephant. Hey guys, we do want to hold the volume down just a little bit. Thank you. Now, elephants are the largest land animals. Full-grown males average around 12,000 pounds. This guy coming up on the right weighs about 15,000 pounds. He's a very, very big guy. He's about 15 feet tall as well. Now, to put that in perspective, that's like the clearance under a typical highway overpass. If he was standing next to our truck, he is about 3 feet taller than the canopy above your head. As an individual, this male is likely to be the largest land animal you might see in your whole life. Now, the elephant herds are made up of females and the young. When the males reach maturity, they'll leave. Sometimes they'll join these small bachelor groups. As they get older, like that guy, though, they live on their own. Very, very aggressive, unpredictable. Not safe for them to be around herds. All right, we're going to cross another bridge. Once again, going poly-poly. I know it doesn't look great. It doesn't really feel that good either. But it does hold up just fine most of the time. Are clear, so good. On the right side, there are tusk marks. Elephants eat red clay, provides them with minerals missing in their diets, like a supplement for them. And we're going to be looking for more elephants. Now, researchers here at Harambe Wildlife Reserve found that elephants are really afraid of bees, so they developed beehive fences for use around farms. When the elephants get too close, they bump the fence, the bees come out buzzing. The sound scares the elephants away, and we avoid a conflict between them and the farmers. That's always a good thing. You're going to see them with dirt on them. They spray that on. It's like natural sunscreen for them. There's an elephant straight ahead. A few of them. And she's actually putting on that sunscreen. I do love it when they illustrate my points. You're going to see them flapping their ears. They have a lot of blood vessels in there. When they flap them, the air circulating pulls the blood down. That goes on their body. Really good view of the elephants coming up. Look at that. They live about 60 to 65 years on average. Their childhood is about the same as ours, around 15 years. Ours is around 17 or 20, 25 years. It depends. Some more elephants ahead of us.
Oh no. Oh, go in the water. Good in the water.
And as we come around the turn, there are greater flamingos. They're the lightest in color of the flamingos. They get their color from the brine shrimp that they eat, which is really high in carotene, and a group of them is known as a flamboyance. I'm always hoping they're going to do something flamboyant as we come around the turn. Right now it'd be great.
Flamingo dancing.
Still hoping. Maybe. Alright, maybe not. Now, one of the questions we get about the flamingos, why do they stand on one leg? And nobody really knows for sure. Some people think they're trying to conserve body heat. Some people think they're resting. Everyone agrees if they bring up that second leg, they'll fall. Science. There's an ostrich standing in front of that truck there. Largest birds. They're flightless, but they can run up to about 40 miles per hour. If you think about it for a moment, what a wonderful thing that ostriches don't fly. Yeah. We'd have much better umbrellas if they did. Alright, the rock formation ahead of us is called a coping. Animals climb up there, gives them a great view. They can see if their predators are coming around or they're prey, depending on what they are. Oh, really cool. Look at that flat rock right there. There's a male lion. Look at that. Beautiful.
Wait, did you catch a lion?
Lions. Oh, really cool. Look at the gap in the boulders back to the left. There's a female up there as well.
Yeah.
Lions are one of the few big cats that hunt as a group or a pride. It is the females that do the majority of the hunting, about 90%. It takes a lot of energy and they'll rest or sleep about 20 hours a day. That makes for a pretty cool picture though. Look at that. If you're going to post that on social media, hashtag best safari driver ever. Just throwing it out. It's an option. Again, they're nocturnal this time of day. That's kind of what they do. I think they look really cool like that. You know, an animal screaming looks that they're sleeping. All the way back to the right, those are white rhinos back there. A group like that is called a crash. So they can hear us just fine right now. They can't see us though. They have terrible eyesight. They need to be about 10 to 12 feet away before they can see something clearly. They average 5,500 pounds. They run at 35 miles an hour. And a group like that is called a crash. The reason for the name, when they hear things they don't recognize, they want to investigate, so sometimes they charge. When they get close enough to see what's in front of them, they will try to stop, usually. Now, if you do the math, 5,500 pounds running at 35 miles an hour is not going to really stop easily in 10 feet. The best thing is to investigate. When you watch their ears, they're going to pivot around before they keep track of what's going on around them. Again, they still can't see us. If you're wondering what separates rhinos from us, we've got the tree stump right there. On the right side, white face and horns. These little guys were hunted to extinction in the wild. At one point, there's only about 19 of them out there. A farmer had them on his land. He had them penned up. They were able to use them and start a breeding program. And after many, many years, they're about to start releasing some back into the wild. So that's a really cool thing. The rhinos back there, it is amazing how fast they can move, how quick they are. Contrary to what the cartoons taught us, ostriches, they don't stick their heads in the ground. I'm not sure how that got started. If you've ever heard a lion roaring on TV or in the movies, especially at the beginning of a movie, what you're hearing almost every time is actually a tiger. They use a tiger's roar over the lions. Hollywood decided way back in the beginning that was a lot cooler. That's what they've been using ever since. If you ever get a chance to hear a lion in person, it almost sounds like an exhale next to the roar. Alright, we're at the outskirts of Harambe village, and that does mean our safari is coming to an end. If you want to see more animals, though, you can walk down the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. That's to the right of the stroller parking area. If you have a stroller, you want to take that with you. It's a nice little walk. If you're interested in helping protect wild animals, you can reach out to any of the conservation associations out there, including our own. And you can make donations, but really anything you can do to raise awareness is going to be helpful. And that could be as simple as sharing photographs or videos you've taken.